Welcome to Expressive Therapies Australia and welcome to our website. I'm Mark Pearson.
And I'm Helen Wilson.
And we're the co-directors of Expressive Therapies Australia. We're just going to very quickly tell you a little bit about what we do. These are some of our books that underlie the courses we provide.
A little bit about what expressive therapies is. It's a well-used term these days, but for us, it's an integrated and an integrative approach to counselling. The expressive therapies is something that is useful for clients of all ages. It can be used with a whole range of clients, groups, individuals, and even with families or work with systems. There are several foundations to the expressive therapies. For us, there's an attachment focus. We borrow heavily also from a psychodynamic lens, somatic focus and emotion focused. Now, that might sound quite an eclectic mix, but there's significant research in the field now as to the value and the efficacy of expressive therapies.
So it's a multimodal approach, and these are some of the modalities that we teach and of course use in our practice and provide supervision around. We use creative arts in therapy. That's the foundation of what we do. We use music, we use therapeutic writing. We're both trained in Sandplay Therapy from a student of Dora Karff who created the process. We've created a more structured approach using miniatures, symbol work. We blend body-focused, somatic approaches. We're big fans of the evidence-based, emotion-focused therapy and incorporate some of those principles into the activities that we incorporate in our therapy. We have a big focus on movement. We use bioenergetics to wake up the body and release tensions. And a lot of our processes incorporate mindfulness, visualization, and relaxation techniques. You can see here some artifacts from clients and a picture of the miniatures, the collection of symbols that we use in Sandplay and symbol work. Expressive therapies, as we teach it, our style in Australia is really bringing together a whole range of different activities, really spearheading finding what makes sense to the client and what is their preference and what makes sense to them. So what's important to us about expressive therapies? As Helen said, over 3 decades we've been working with it, developing activities. We've been teaching around the world. Like the best in counselling and psychotherapy, maintaining respect for the client and their individuality and sensitivity to differences in what makes sense to them. We have many options. Some clients really like visual art, some like to get up and move, some really respond well to language-based approaches, and our job is to, in a person-centered framework, find what works best for them. It's really important to us that we're always invitational. We're empowering to our clients. We're not telling them what to do, but offering structure, offering scaffolding for them to reflect and start to understand themselves. Expressive therapies is somatically based, and we're always inviting them to tune into what's happening in their body and to really get to know that from the inside. And a way of summing up the way we incorporate arts is to help our clients understand their emotions, to work through them, and to communicate about them.
So, Mark and I, we've been working together for over 30 years. We originally were both trained in emotion-focused and body-based methods that included or incorporated a creative arts approach. Our training in Sandplay was done with a student of Dora Karff, and both Mark and I went on to train with Stanislav Grof in transpersonal psychotherapy. We both then continued our university studies and completed master's level academic training in counselling for me and behaviour management for Mark. So we've covered the best of the field. We've both then gone on to complete doctoral research Mark's research was in multiple intelligences in counselling, and mine was in the expression of self-compassion for cancer survivors. We've worked for almost 20 years together in several Australian universities.
And at this time of our life, our focus is entirely now on Expressive Therapies Australia. Our programs are being offered around Australia and in Singapore. We'll talk about our team.
So for me, I've maintained a private practice alongside my part-time university work. Private practice both in counselling with clients, a wide range of clients, and supervision. And I've had that practice, I'm proud to say, for 35 years. Mark has conducted his practice for the last 28 years. We've had a practice in Brisbane, in Perth, in Adelaide, at the Sunshine Coast, and now in Redcliffe, Moreton Bay. So you can see that we have travelled widely around Australia and been fortunate enough to share with clients and trainees this wonderful way of working. We've provided in-service training both in expressive therapies and Sandplay Therapy for over 60 community and government organisations. At our age, one of the best things is that we now share 8 grandchildren who are very expressive in their own ways.
Yes, they don't need any help.
They don't need any help, no.
And we're recording this message to you from our training headquarters in Redcliffe on the north side of Brisbane. As we've said, we've been offering training since 1987. In Southeast Asia since 2001, we're in New Zealand. I think a highlight really was teaching Sandplay Therapy in the Czech Republic.
It was. In
the beautiful university town of Olomouc. We have a growing training team, Andrea Snow on the Sunshine Coast, who specialises in Sandplay, and Paula Huggins in Singapore, who now runs our expressive therapies with children and our Sandplay course. Images of our training area in Redcliffe. We're very fortunate to have our training based near the vast array of cafes close to the water. And our students actually confess they're not sure if they come to our courses for the content or for the cafes that are nearby. It's
a whole new form of expression, isn't it?
A whole new form of expression.
How many cakes there are.
And Paula, our trainer for Singapore, has these are photos from courses we've run together over there. We're very happy to expand and deliver our courses all around Australia.
So the courses Mark's talking about, there are 3 certificate courses that we offer. There's a certificate in expressive therapies with children and adolescents, focused primarily on activity-based or change-based activities that can be used with younger clients. Then we have a certificate in expressive therapies with adult clients, and those would be activities that you wouldn't use with children but are highly effective and work well with adults. And of course, my love is a certificate in Sandplay and symbol work with children, adults and adolescents across the board. Those are the 3 primary courses that we have created over the years and have great passion to keep running and offer.
Of course, we have 2025, many one-day workshops, so working through anger, an introduction to expressive therapies with children, introduction to symbol work. So these are full one-day workshops that give you a taste of the activities. One of the popular ones is combining expressive therapies with cognitive behaviour therapy, trauma recovery with young clients, and for adolescents and adults, gaining freedom from the inner critic and really working with self-compassion to overcome those problems.
So we have a professional development program in 2025, the Expressive Therapies Group Work Program for children. This would be people who are working primarily in school settings or settings where they have a lot of counselling contact with children. There's a facilitator training program, which Mark will talk about in another video, that goes for 3 days. Each year I have one 3-day workshop, which I call the Advanced Sandplay. And we focus on a different theme each year. This year, the theme was enchantment and wonderment in the land of sands. But that's a refresher course for people who've already done Sandplay training. We have a 3-day program on enhancing family and couple communication, and a 2-day program that Mark runs on body awareness in integrative counselling.
Thanks for coming to our website.
Thank you.
There are some other short videos like this about each of the main courses, and you're very welcome to contact us, email or phone, and have a chat about your interests and whether our courses might be useful to you.
Thank you.